Your brain, I hate to tell you, has been hijacked. Right now, as you're listening to this, there are probably about 17 different thoughts competing for the same space in your head. Your phone just buzzed. You're thinking about that meeting from earlier today. You're thinking about the meeting that's going to happen tomorrow. You're wondering if you remember to send that damn email. And somewhere buried beneath all that noise is the person you're supposed to become. But here's what no one tells you about focus. It's about managing your time. It's about reclaiming your mind. And if you don't take it back, someone else will keep using it for free.
Your Success DNA podcast. Your success is in your DNA.
What is up? What is up? What the hell is up, my fellow success seekers? Welcome back to another episode of Your Success DNA, the podcast for my aspiring entrepreneurs and 9-to-5 escapees. Really, it's for everyone, but we do tend to focus on those aspiring entrepreneurs. Each episode is designed to deliver some mindset shifts, some habit upgrades, all with a little dose of rebellion, helping you break free from convention so that you can build not just a life, but a business aligned with your version of success. And if you know someone who dreams of ditching the grind, but still makes time for a little self-help, a little sprinkle of personal development in there, you might want to go ahead and forward this episode to them. Okay, so today we're diving deep into the most valuable real estate you will ever own. And it's not property, it's your mental space. First, I'm going to reveal the exact moment that I discovered my scattered thinking wasn't a personality flaw. It was a symptom of living in someone else's mental ecosystem and how that realization changed everything about how I approach my days. Second, we're going to break down the 3 invisible thieves that are stealing your mental clarity right now and why traditional focus advice actually makes this problem worse by treating symptoms instead of the source. And third, I'm going to give you the precise framework that I call the mental real estate reclamation. Wow, a system that doesn't just help you focus better, but actually expands your capacity to think, to create, and to become the person your future self wants you to be. Actually, they probably need you to be. But here's what no one is telling you, and here's what no one, I think, wants to admit. You're not distracted. You're colonized. Well, yeah, let that one sink in for a minute. Your mind has become occupied territory. You have been so busy trying to manage the chaos that you forgot you used to be the landlord. Every notification, every urgent email, every quick question, every ping, every, hey, I have something from a coworker. Those aren't just interruptions. They are complete invasions. And the worst part, you have been trained to welcome them. Let me tell you what about the moment that kind of made everything click for me. I was sitting in my car after another soul-crushing day in corporate America. It was, I don't know, it was about 6:45, 6:40 or so. I know it was on a Wednesday. It was the middle of the week, and I was supposed to be driving home. Heck, I was supposed to have been driving home hours ago. But instead, I was just sitting there, staring at the cement wall of the parking structure in front of me, basically staring at nothing but the glass on the windshield in front of me. My phone was, bzz, going off with notifications. My brain was cycling through today's meeting and tomorrow's meetings and next week's deadlines and that project that was somehow both urgent and meaningless. I really felt like I was drowning in my own thoughts. That's when something strange happened. A little memory percolated to the top of my mind back from when I was, what was that, like 12 years old? I was sitting by a creek on the other side of town. We lived in this little small town called Treisdorf, Germany, my dad's second tour over in Europe. And I remembered how clear my thinking used to be. Not just for when I was sitting at that creek, there was also this amazing set of woods across the farm field by our home. And there was this meadow. I don't want to say in the middle of it, but just wasn't in the middle, but you know what I'm saying. I remember going and sitting there for hours and how clearly I could think. And I could just sit there for hours just thinking, not about tasks, not about deadlines, not about other people's priorities or political agendas, but just immersed in thinking in my own thoughts. And I realized, when was the last time that I had an original thought? When was the last time that my mind was so quiet that I could hear my own voice? That's when it hit me. I wasn't managing my time poorly. Nope, I was renting out my mental space to every single body else out there, and I had forgotten that I owned the deed to the real estate that I was giving away. My mind is real estate. Your mind is real estate. And right now, you're letting squatters live there rent-free. Yeah, okay. Here's how I took back what's yours. Let's call this the M.I.N.D method, M-I.N.D, and it's designed to work even if you're still trapped in the corporate chaos right now. M, map out your mental territory. First, you need to see what's actually happening inside your head. I know sometimes for some of you, it's going to be kind of scary to open up the doors and peek inside. For the next 3 days, I want you to do something kind of radical. Every time your attention gets pulled away from what you're doing, I want you to write down what hijacked it. Don't judge it. Don't edit it. Just track it. In doing this, you're going to discover some patterns. Maybe it's Slack notifications between 2 and 4 p.m. Maybe it's your brain spinning out of control on the weekend plans come Thursday afternoon. Maybe it's that coworker who just had a quick question, but they had that quick question 17 times every single day. This isn't about fixing anything yet. This is just about becoming aware of who's living in your mental space without your permission. Okay? Now, I is install mental boundaries. So once you know the patterns, you can begin to create some boundaries. You're going to set up some white picket fences, as it were. But here's where most people are going to get this completely wrong. They're going to try to block out everything, right? How about that quiet? Yeah. Sometimes it's a little uncomfortable. You're not trying to stop a flood with a paper towel. You just can't do it. It won't work. Not even the tougher picker-uppers, okay? Instead, you're going to start creating designated spaces. Think of this of like zoning laws for your brain. Zone 1 is your deep thinking territory. This, my friend, is going to be your sacred space. For me, it's like the first hour of my day and the last hour before bed. No phones, no inputs, just me and my thoughts. This is where I have my best ideas. This is where your best ideas are going to live. For me, another thing is this time that I'm having right now, Sundays, right? About 3 to 4 hours, I hop on the microphone here and I empty my brain to you. Hopefully you get some value out of it. That's my deep thinking territory. Zone number 2, reactive response area. This is where you're going to handle the emails and the messages and the other people's priorities. But you control when this zone is open for business. You set the business hours, you could say.
Your Success DNA podcast. Your success is in your DNA.
And zone 3 is the processing plaza. This is where you sort through the day's inputs and you decide what deserves space in your head. And here's the key inside this. You're not managing distractions. You are architecting attention. Okay? Now that moves us to N. You're going to nurture your mental silence. And here's what changed everything for me. I stopped trying to fill in every quiet moment. Most people are completely terrified of mental silence because that's where they might actually hear what they really think about their life. Yeah, it scares them. They don't want to hear that voice. Start with 5 minutes a day of what I call productive boredom. Yeah, really? It's not really boring, but given what you're probably experiencing right now, it might feel boring. No phone, no music, not even podcasts. Yeah, not even this one. Just you and whatever thoughts bubble to the surface. This isn't meditation. This isn't trying to clear your mind. This is just letting it wander and see where it goes, starting with 5 minutes, right? And you will be amazed what emerges when you stop pumping shit into your brain, stop feeding your brain with other people's content, and you start listening to your own signal. Yeah, very important. I guess that's to D, defend your cognitive sovereignty. This is going to be the hardest part because it requires saying no to people who are used to having unlimited access to your mental bandwidth. Yeah? Put up a big hard stop sign. You're going to start treating interruptions like what they really are. Requests for your most valuable resource, your time, right? And your thoughts, your mind, your real estate. And just like you won't let someone walk into your house and steal your furniture, you don't have to let them walk into your mind and steal your focus. Practice this phrase. I'm in deep work mode right now. Can we schedule time to discuss this at a proper time? You're giving them a reason why you need to schedule a different time. Nothing wrong with that, okay? Most people will respect your boundaries once you've made it clear that they exist. What most people don't do is 1, they don't put up a boundary, and 2, they don't make it clear that that boundary exists, okay? And speaking of mental clarity and building habits that support your transformation, if you're serious about claiming not just your focus, but your entire approach to personal development, you need to join the community of people who are already doing this with us. Sign up for the Unleash Your Success DNA newsletter. It's specifically designed for you listeners right now, folks just like you. If you're listening this far in, it's for you. Each week, we dive deeper into mindset shifts and habit upgrades, and we keep throwing at you those doses of rebellion to help you break free from the convention and the mind numbingness that's out there so that you can build a business and a life aligned with your version of success. It doesn't have to be my version, right? It's your version. And this is not just another generic self-help newsletter. This is your weekly reminder that you weren't born to rent out the space in your mind. And you can find the link down in the show notes, or go ahead and go to Your Success DNA and sign up right there, okay? But let's zoom out for a minute if we can. Why does this matter in the first place? And why does it matter beyond feeling less scattered? Well, You could say we're living through, let's call it an attention apocalypse. Maybe it's a little extreme, but you get what I'm going for here. Every app, every platform, every piece of technology is literally designed by teams of neuroscience and behavior economists whose job is to capture and monetize your mental real estate. Period. Hard stop right there. That's how they get you. And this isn't an accident. Your distraction is literally their business model. But here's the bigger paradigm shift. The people who learn to protect and direct their mental energy will become the new elite. Not because you're smarter, but because you will be the only ones who can still think clearly enough to see the opportunities that others are missing. Yeah, because you have regained control of your own damn attention. It's yours. Stop parsing it out. While people everywhere are drowning in digital noise, you will be one of the few people that can sit quietly and hear the signal. You'll be the one who can think 3 moves ahead, 4 moves ahead, 5 moves ahead, because your mind isn't so consistently reacting to every single notification, every single scroll, every single TikTok video, whatever it is. This is about more than productivity, ladies and gentlemen. This is literally about cognitive sovereignty. This is about becoming ungovernable in your own head. So that said, here's your whiskered wisdom for this week. Your attention is your autobiography. Whatever you consistently focus on is literally writing the story for who you're about to become. If your attention is scattered across 17 different priorities that are not yours, you're letting other people write your success story, write your life story, or write your failure story, whatever it is. But when you pause and reclaim your mental real estate, something truly profound begins to happen. You don't just get more done. You become more of yourself. You start having thoughts that are actually your thoughts. You're like, wow, I didn't even know I could think of that. You can. You just haven't been able to hear it. You start seeing opportunities that were always there, but they were hidden by the noise. They were hidden beneath the noise. So here's your specific action for today. Go ahead and set that timer for 5 minutes right after this episode ends and sit there quiet. Put your phone in another room and just think. For 5 minutes. Just let your brain wander. We're not talking about meditating, like I said earlier. Don't try to solve anything. Don't try to be productive. Just notice what thoughts bubble to the surface when you give them the space to do it. This isn't meditation. This isn't even mindfulness. I'm a big fan of mindfulness. This is mental real estate reconnaissance. Okay? That's my military coming out. You're surveying your own territory to see what's actually there when the squatters leave. Yeah? Okay? Are there weeds everywhere? Did they trample all over your flowers? I guarantee you they did. Listen, you've been conditioned to believe that a busy mind is a productive mind. And that, my friends, is corporate programming designed to keep you reactive instead of creative. But the truth is, your best ideas, your clearest insights, and your most authentic self can only emerge in the space between thoughts. You don't need more focus techniques. No. I can give you more. But that's not what you need. You need to remember that your mind belongs to you. And once you start to reclaim it, everything else becomes possible. The world doesn't need another person who's good at responding to other people's priorities. It seems to be everyone else's job. It needs you thinking your own thoughts, seeing your own vision, and building your own path. Your mental real estate is the foundation of everything you will ever create, whether you want to create it today or you want to create it tomorrow. And it's time to evict all those damn squatters and remember what it feels like to be at home in your own head. And with that, I'm going to leave you as I always do. Think successfully and take action. Kick out those squatters.
Thanks for listening to Your Success DNA podcast. Whether you're starting out or you're a seasoned entrepreneur, we have the tools and inspiration that you need to take your life to the next level. So stay tuned for more game-changing advice in our upcoming episodes. And hey, before you go, a quick reminder to check out our past episodes of Your Success DNA for more inspiring stories and practical advice. And if you've loved what you heard, leave us a review and share this podcast with your friends and colleagues. Let's all level up our lives together, shall we? Remember, your success is in your DNA.